Mic check.
Gerardo. Os. Mike. Os nyindo bukara. Akara. Pa.
Welcome back to the Big Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Hello, good afternoon, wherever you might be getting our voices and signals. You must come, and of course, welcome to the theater. It is the Brikama Soma Nawettan knockout round of 32 between Fortune Football Academy and Misira United. And Misira United dressed in red shorts and white socks, while Fortune in their colorful light blue shirts and blue socks. Playing from our right to left, whilst Misira playing from our left to right. And in case you're just joining us, it is all coming to you live from the box bar, live on LSTV at the cabin Parliament Fati Kemo Kanye. And behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. A few minutes into the contest, the score remains barren. Fortune Football Academy nil, Misira United nil. Misira United, under the guidance of Sheriff Saho and Amadou Nyase, has started this game with Salim Dafe in goal, Omar Jame, Malang Jadama, Keba Conte, Bulli Dahaba, Lucas Mende, Bubakar Gassama, Sikumane, Omar Dafe, Osman Ousenu Sedi, Modlamin Baji completing the 11, and of course the central referee is Karamo Mane, having the assistance of Sana Baji, Burama Baji and Musa Ese serving as the fourth assistant referee. Fortune Football Academy started this contest with Lamin Mane as head coach, Sambujang Juvis is assistant, and of course Sambujang the head coach is still serving his suspension. And Fortune Football Academy in goal Sehu Dahaba team Sehu Jengrada team captain Adama S. Sonko, Uriso Musa Bo, Basidi Kamara, Mustafa Sedi, Alpha Omar Sow, Babukar Ba, Njuma Juve, Malang Jambang and Momodu Salifu Keita completing the 11 for Fortune Football Academy, and already is a set piece for the boys in light green, light blue colors, and it's a set piece at a great position, and Musa Bob delivers that around the area. It's a header, and we have some defensive duties to be done. But before that, the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up against Fortune Football Academy, and Misira will have the opportunity. It's a special afternoon, and of course another afternoon at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, this time in the round of 32 of the knockout, where Fortune Football Academy will have their first game after crashing out of the league in the Brikama Soma Nawettan.
Yes, very well, thank you so much, and also to the viewers of this particular TV. I mean, Fortune are playing in this particular game, knowing that already this is the only hope that they currently have, and then it is the opportunity that they can grab for them to actually clinch any, I mean, silverware from this year's Brikama Somanoetan. So this will be a very, very important game to them, and as they were coming, and then as they were also preparing for this particular game, and I believe they will take the game very, very seriously, because I mean, coming into a game where you needed, one would say most, for you to to actually clinch or celebrate any trophy in a season. So this will be a very very important game for them, and I believe they are going to treat it like this. And then the first minutes that we have played here have already shown that yes, this is a game that they need very well, and then they will do all they could to get themselves a victory here and then advance to the round of 16. But Misira as well, equally is a very very big side. It's a very very big area. So playing against a team like that, it is always not going to be an easy encounter. Already, we have seen both sides have shown that ambition that yes, we want to go home with the victory. And then, but let's see what happens here until the final whistle is gone. Then we wouldn't be able to say which of the sides here is going home with the victory. But solely, it is going to be a highly contested affair between these two in Fortune FC and that of their opponents, Misira United.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. And Fortune Football Academy on the attack. Misira on some defensive duties. And Salim Dafe just there in time to clear that ball desperately. Fortune Football Academy being the most impressive side since the commencement of this crucial and lively game, dressed in light blue colors under the guidance of Lamin Mane Sambujang Juve. And Sambujang Sirikan is still off and still serving his match suspension. And it's a throw in for the Brikama based club Misira. And Misira will use the opportunity to penetrate. Adama S. Sonko, central defender for Fortune Football Academy, will use the opportunity to get the ball forward. And Fortune Football Academy has already made 2 substitutions to the starting 11, or 2 changes to the starting 11 that lost to Young Boy Stars in the quarterfinal of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. And we have seen Babukar Ba, who is currently playing on the right side, replacing Sehu Dahaba, who was shown a red card in the last game. And we have also seen Njuma Juve, who also started. And Njuma Juve has also started this game for Fortune Football Academy. And Juma has replaced Seni Drame. It's currently 0-0 from the Box Mini Stadium, and it is live on LSTV at the Cabin Parliament for the Kemo Kanye. Usman Kamara behind camera operations, and Fortune rewarded, and central referee Karamu Mane has given the opportunity. We will have a quick rundown on some of the matches being played in this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan in both the league and the knockout. First, we will have a closer look at the knockout, and of course some of the matches played and some of the upcoming matches to be played in the knockout as far as the round of 32 is concerned. And in the first game, we have seen Dangam lost on post-match shootouts to Manokang. Scoville defeated by Amasa by a goal to nil. Bairo and Elephantry. It was Elephantry that advanced to the round of 16 in the Brikama Summer Nawettan round of 16 after getting the better of Bairo. And Makasutu lost 1-0 to Black Stars KM. Sinchujola Kunda lost 2-1 to Kute Jambulu. Puntalana got the better of Superstars. Manduar defeated Citizens 3-1. Kabafit played out in fighting 1-1 score line for Jaliba United advancing on post-match shootout. And currently it is Misira taking on Fortune Football Academy. Top 10 against GSR ended 2-all before top 10 sailed to the round of 16 on post-match shootout. Newtown 1, Jambarsane 1, and Jambarsane advanced to the round of 16. Dasilame 3, Sabu nil. Young Boys and Dreamers postponed and of course rescheduled. Daru nil, Santosu United nil, and Daru advanced on post-match shootout. Diamond Boys 2, Tourist FA 1, and senior players will take on Jida Kabilo in today's 5 p.m. showdown at the Box Mini Stadium. But before that is a clash between Fortune Football Academy and of course Misira United. The game is currently lively and entertaining, but currently failing to produce a goal so far. Uriso to Musapo, operating on the left side of the defense. Njuma Juve getting it down to Basidi Kamara. Great combination, great possessive display coming from the boys of Fortune Football Academy. And the score is currently 0-0. Momodu Salifu Keita, tricky and pacey, trying to have his way out. Misira in their own half. Team captain Omar Jame getting it low. Clearance, not a decent one, and Misira will use the opportunity to break. Team captain moves the ball forward. Omar Jame, team captain for Misira, trying to use his pace against his marker. Saved by Sehuja in the first instance. And Musa Bob will now get the ball forward. Football Academy nil, Misira United nil. Misira finished third in their group in Group G, where they had Young Boys Stars, Tourist FA, Benson BMA, and Diamond Boys, whilst Fortune Football Academy finished first in Group E, alongside Gisar, Dasilame, Sky Power, Nero Legacy, and Black Stars KM. And Fortune Football Academy sailed in the league proper to the round of 16, got the better of Scoville before losing to Young Boy Stars 3-1 in the round of 6, in the quarterfinals rather. Misira on the far, trying to pick the ball, and that's a decent clearance. And currently Musa Bob is down. Musa Bob is currently down. He seems to be in pain, but central referee wait for a play on. Misira still on the attack, floats that ball, decently caught out. Misira will still use the team captain and player Rasul. Karamo Mane, central referee, not the least interested. He waved for a play on, and Musa Bob is still down. Karamo Mane, central referee, will now call on the medics to come to the rescue of the player. Kemo, of course, we have played few minutes into the contest, still struggling to find the back of the net here, coming from both sides, Misira and Fortune Football Academy. And we believe a goal will totally change the dynamics here, because it's definitely going to serve as a wake-up call for any of the sides that is able to concede first.
Yes, in the 12 minutes, yes, we are going to, we are yet to rather see any real chance that a particular team has created here to get themselves any an opener into this particular contest. But nonetheless, as they are pushing, you can see when Fortune are on the ball, they try to making sure that they pile that maximum pressure on their opponent, that is Misira, to get themselves an opener into this. So as Misira as well is doing the same thing to, put themselves to the lead here. But defensively, both sides have been very, very disciplined in the first 12 minutes of the play here. And then, but we will continue to see these players here announcing their intentions in trying to get themselves a lead, get themselves to the lead here. But that also depends on a very, very clinical forward for each of these sides here. And I believe the players knows very well what is at stake here if they are to lose this, because when they lose this particular game, you are going out of this particular competition. So the only thing that can get you an advancement into this is to actually try to defend against your opponent, and then eventually go on to win against them. So if you fail to do so in the regular 90 minutes here, then the post-match shootout will separate the two. So, but I believe we are going to at least see a goal or two before the regulation time ends here.
Thank you very much, Kim Okanye. In case you're just joining us, you are reminded that we're coming live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And Box Bar Mini Stadium is situated in the heart of Brikama, West Coast region, the Gambia. And it is the Brikama Summer Nawettan knockout competition on the knockout round of 32 between Fortune Football Academy and Misira United. The score is currently 0-0. Malang Jambang, who scored the only goal for Fortune Football Academy in their 3-1 defeat to Young Boy Stars in the quarterfinal of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. Alpha Omar So trying to control. Alpha lost possession. Misira picks possession, not for too long. Juma Juve now. Dribble pass one, looking for penetration. Juva, second one, trying to have his way out. And Fortune has now lost possession. It's going to be a tussle between Adama and back to the custodian Sehu Cheng. Woody Sow, one of the central defenders, to Basidi Kamara. Adama S. Sonko. Fortune currently enjoying possession in their own half, dressed in light blue shorts, and light blue socks. Adama Sonko to Sehu Cheng. Sehu, the custodian, and was one of the players promoted to the senior team last season, alongside some other youngsters, Alpha Omar Sow and Kausu Singate, who has already joined Sibano United on a season-long loan from Fortune Football Academy. And currently we were made to understand that some other youngsters are currently training with the Fortune Football Academy or Fortune Football Club ahead of this year's GFF Men's Division 1. And among those players include Babukar Baji and of course Mustafa Sedi is also training with the senior team. But currently Misira having a player down and will have assistance from his fellow player. And the player in question is Omar Dafe. Dafe Omar back on his feet. And Misira will solely use the opportunity to start the play from their own half. Keba Conte to the custodian Salim Dafe. Salim in goal in case you're just joining us. Misira United under the guidance of Serif Saho. Amadou Nyasi is his assistant. In goal is Salim Dafe. Omar Jame team captain Malang Jadama. Keba Conte Bully Diba. Lucas Mendy Babukar Gassama Sekou Mane. Omar Dafe, Usainu Sedi, Modlamin Baji completing the 11. Fortune Football Academy having Lamin Mane on the technical area as head coach. Sambujang Juf is his assistant. And of course Mustafa Jaju also on the technical area giving some technical support. This time strike comes in and into the bottom corner, and Misira United has just taken the lead at the Boxbar Mini Stadium against Fortune Football Academy. And Misira has just taken the lead here, and the player is now coming back to the technical bench. You definitely want to hug somebody. We believe so. And that is the assistant head coach, Amadou Nyasi. And the player in question is Modlamin Baji, who find the back of the net. And Fortune Football Academy trailed by a goal to nil against Misira United. Kemo, of course, there is a goal already at the box bar. And of course, Misira on the driving seat against Fortune Football Academy, Modlamin Baji with the only goal.
Yes, very well, Pa. In the 17th minute, we have seen, a costly error from Adama S. Sonko in the hands of their defense, who tries to break the ball. But the ball was at a very the ball was very distant from him, and then he could not get to the ball before the Misira United goal scorer. So the Misira United goal scorer get to the ball first before Adama, who tries to bring the ball down. But in the end, his first touch on the ball was a very bad one, and then he had to give that ball easily to the Misira United scorer, who tries to place the ball well. To give his side the lead into this particular contest here. But that was a brilliant goal from him, but a costly error from Adama S. Sonko into the 17th minute of this crucial encounter between them and Misira. So, but let's see what happens here. It's the fourth goal into this, and then Misira have now taken the lead in the 17th minute. So, but the game still continues, and then the opportunities are also here to be grabbed by both sides here, and then Fortune aware of this, and then for them as well, they will also have their opportunities that will fall to them. So let's see what they will be able to do about such opportunities that they are going to create. But that was a costly error from the defender, and then I believe he is going to learn from making such mistakes.
Thank you very much, K. Mukani. Already Fortune down, and down by a goal to nil against Misira. Misira on the driving seat. The only goal scored courtesy of Modlamin Baje. And Modlamin had to hug the assistant Amadou Nyase. Probably he might give a promise that he was going to score. But anyway, he got his name on the score sheet for Misira United. And Fortune trail 1-0 at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And Fortune Football Academy needs to score, or else it's going to be a bye in both competitions after crashing out in the league after the 3-1 defeat to Young Boy Stars, Sehu Dahawa, or Sehu Jeng rather. There is no Dahawa. And already the flag of the assistant referee is up. Misira got booted out of the Brikama Summer Nawettan from group stages, where they finished third behind Young Boy Stars and Tourist FA. And it was Young Boy Stars that led the table, followed by Tourist FA on second, Misira United on third, Benzan BMA on fourth, and Diamond Boys finished bottom, and of course relegated Adama S. Sonko getting it out for a throw-in. Lively and entertaining, and currently Fortune Football Academy down, and down by a goal to nil against Misira. Misira United dressed in red shorts and white socks, whilst Fortune in light blue shorts and light blue socks. Busy technical area for the Fortune Football Academy as the team trailed by a goal to nil. And Modlamin Baji on the score sheet. Baji Modlamin Bakhil. Is that high boot? Yes, given by the central referee Karamo Mane. And Karamo is having the assistance of first assistant referee Sanabaji, second assistant referee Burama Baji, and Musa Ese is the fourth assistant referee. Lively and entertaining, Fortune down by a goal to nil. It is Juma Juf now. Mustafa Sedi trying to get that ball backwards, getting it short to Basi Kamara, dribbles past one, looking for options, getting it forward to the center forward, and no chance Malang Jambang. No chance Malang Jambang, who is currently leading the line for Fortune Football Academy. It's a throw in for Misira, and Misira wouldn't be in any hurry as this side is currently enjoying the slender advantage. Omar Dafe with a throw in. And the goal scorer Modlamin trying to guard that ball. And it's going to be a chance for Misira to get that ball forward. Easy time netminder Sehu. And Sehu has been a standout performer for Fortune Football Academy. And Modu Salifu Keita, Bashiri Kamara, and Kamara now wrestled, but it's going to be a throw in. Fortune desperately in need of an equalizer after going down against Misira, and Misira got the noses in front courtesy of Modlamin Baji in the 17th minute, and of course is unofficial as the central referee and the officials having the official timing. Fortune down by a goal to nil. It is Misira on the attack, still in their own half. Misira will hope to secure this 1-0 victory or advantage if they can get the second. Whilst Fortune Football Academy hopes to come from a goal down to get an equalizer, and also having the chance of getting a victory in regulation or push the game to post-match shootouts. Karamomane central referee, Sanabaji, Burama Baji, and Musa Ese the fourth assistant referee in today's 3 p.m. showdown against Fortune, or between Fortune Football Academy and Misira. And Misira United under the guidance of Sirifo Saho, or Serif Saho, and Amadou Nyase. Amadou Nyase, the team captain for Greater Tomorrow, is serving as one of the gaffers for Misira United. And Fortune Football Academy crashed out in the semi-final of last year's Brikama Nawettan in both the league and the knockout. And this season already out of the league in the quarterfinals, and now in the round of 32, down by a goal to nil against Misira. Will the team be able to step up? Basidi Kamara. Babakar Ba has replaced Sehu Dahaba, who is shown a red in the last game. And Seni Drame has also missed out on the starting 11. Malang Jamba. Malang Jambang scored the only goal in the 3-1 defeat. There's a player down, but the central referee has ordered for a play on. Team captain Omar Jame around the edge of the 18, getting it down, trying to have their way out. Misira United. Mustafa said the pick possession for Fortune Football Academy. Mamadou Salifu Keita trying to have his way out. Still trying to go solo. Mamadou Salifu Keita to Alpha Omar Sow. Can they get a leveler from this instance? Easy time netminder Salim Tafe. And Fortune Football Academy needs to step up. Kemo, they are still down, but of course the goal serve has already served as a wake-up call. And Fortune also continue to pile pressure in search for an equalizer, but still not yet rewarded in getting an equalizer against Misira.
Yes, very well up. They are pushing very hard. They have shown their ambition that yes, they want to win this. That is the intention, which is very very clear from the way they are playing. They keep knocking the ball from the behind, try to connect their midfielders, and then but in the final third there is always the problem that we have seen them being created here. So, but let's see what will happen as the game proceeds here. But as they keep moving, as we have seen them, they will be able to at least get themselves a parity before the halftime whistle is gone here. But let's see what happens here. Whether Misira will be able to stand up to the pressure that they are currently mounting on them, because we have also seen when Misira are on the ball, they try to making sure that they go all out and then get themselves a second goal into this particular game. But they are very much cautious as well behind in trying to defend against Fortune, so that they can protect this 1-0 lead here. I mean, ahead 1-0 lead here before the halftime whistle is gone here. But let's see what happens. Still, Fortune are putting more pressure on their opponents, trying to making sure that they restore parities here. They have been knocking doors here, but none of those doors has been open for them as of now. But as they keep trying, I believe they will be able to create themselves one or two very good chances, and then one of which could be capitalized on and then be utilized into a goal. But as of now, it has been a disciplined, defense line for the Misira United, and as Fortuna also mounting pressure on them, they keep their composure and then trying to making sure that they maintain the score line before in the entire first half.
Will they be able to maintain this score line? And the entire force remains to be seen. And Misira United still on the advantage. 1-0 is the score against Fortune Football Academy. Adama S. Sonko with a delivery. Easy time, net mind, Salim. And Salim Dafe is the custodian. Salim Dafe in goal for Misira. Fortune Football Academy having team captain Sehu Jeng. Malang Jamba Malang Manopa dribble pass one and the second. Still looking for penetrations. Not a very good header from Basidi Kamara. And Misira will allow the ball to roll out for a throw in, and they wouldn't be in any hurry as the score is currently in their favor. Misira United 1, Fortune Football Academy nil. Malang Jadama will deliver the throw in on the far side for the boys in red shirts, white socks, under the guidance of head coach Serif Saho. Amadou Nyasi is the assistant. Sehu Jeng in goal for Fortune. The ball is still in play, and Sehu going long. Fortune Football Academy picks possession through Mustafa Saidi. Njuma Juve getting it down to Basidi Kamara. Basidi back to Mustafa Saidi, who tries to reconnect the run of Momodu Salifu Keita up front, but this time wasted opportunity. Wasted opportunity from Mustafa Saidi. And he will get you the rundown of this year's Brikama Nawettan from the group stages to the other stages. In the 2025 Brikama Nawettan in Group A, Amasa finished on top of their table, second Newtown. Amasa, Newtown second, Kute Jombulu third, Wellingara United fourth. Senior players on the foot of the table. In Group B, top 10 finish on top of the table. An easy time, netminder Sehu Jeng. Fortune desperately in need of an equalizer. It is Basidi Kamara now around the center circle, and already Basidi Rasul. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card already for Misira United, and Misira United has already got a player in the books of the central referee, Karamo Mane. Lucas Mendy has already received a yellow card from the central referee, and the score is currently in their favor. Misira 1, Fortune Football Academy nil. Mustafa Saidi trying to get the ball, and this time Alpha Omar so had a touch, but unfortunately could not divert that into a goal. And currently a player down and down injured, and the player is currently down and will receive medical attention from the medics at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And in this year's Brikama Nawettan 2025, it's Amasa in Group A who finished first, and Amasa already out. And all the teams in Group A are already out of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan. Amasa finished fourth, second Newtown, Kute Jambulu third, Welengara United fourth, and of course senior players on fifth. Group B top 10 are still in the league. Sabu United crash out, finished second, Manokang third, Superstars and Kabafita United relegated. Group C Daru are still in the league. Makasutu out, Dreamers, Sanchaba Youth and Power Station. Group D Elephant 3, Bairo, Manduar United, Santosu and New Generation are all out of the league. Group E, Fortune Football Academy out, Dasilame United out, GSR, Sky Power Nero Legacy and Black Stars KM. In Group F, Jida Kabilo out, Scoville out, Puntalana, Dangam and Nema United are all out of the Brikama Summer Nawettan League proper. And in Group G, Young Boy Stars are still in the league, currently in the semi-final alongside Tourist FA. Jaliba United out, Jambar Sane out, Sinchi Jola Kunda, Big Kids and Citizens, Benson BME and Diamond Boys are all out. And in the semi-final of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan League, we're going to have top 10 facing Young Boy Stars in the other semi-final, whilst Daru will face Tourist FA. There might be a final of teams in Group G, but anyway, only if Young Boy Stars and Tourist FA are able to get the better of top 10 and Daru. Anyway, that's the semi-final of the league. We will also get you some of the fixtures in the knockout round of 32, and of course going to the quarter-final of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan knockout competition. In the round of 32 in the knockout, Dangam, it ended Dangam 1, Manokang 1. Manokang won on post-match shootouts. Scoville nil, Amasa 1. Bairo lost to Elephant 3. Makasuru nil, Black Stars KM 1. Sinjujola Kunda 1. Kute Jambulu 2. Puntalana 1. Superstars nil, Manduar United 3, Citizens 1, Kabafita 1, Jaliba United 1, Jaliba advance on post-match shootout. Currently, Misira United 1, Fortune Football Academy nil, top 10 2, GSR 2, top 10 1 on post-match shootouts. Dasilame 3, Sabu nil, Young Boy Stars yet to play against Dreamers, Daru nil, Santosu United nil, and Daru advanced. And currently, Daru are in both the semi-final and also in the round of 16 of the knockout. Semi-final of the league and the round of 16 in the knockout. Diamond Boys 2, Tourist FA 1. Senior players will face Jida Kabilo in today's 5 p.m. showdown. In the round of 16 of the knockout, top 10 will face Amasa. Manduar United against Diamond Boys. Jambar Sane will face Dasilame United. Senior players or Jida Kabilo, or the winner between senior players and Jida Kabilo will face Jaliba United. Fortune or Misira, or the winner of this contest will face Black Stars KM. Elephant 3 will face Kute Jambulu. Young Boy Stars and Dreamers, or the winner between Young Boy Stars and Dreamers will face Daru. Puntalana will face Manokang in the round of 16 of the knockout of this year's Brikama Summer Nawettan, and already it is lively and entertaining in this showdown between Fortune Football Academy and Daru. And currently Daru on the driving seat, 1-0 is the score, and Modlamin Baji scored the only goal. And we have already played 33 minutes in the first half. 33 minutes in the first half. Misira United 1, Fortune Football Academy nil. Njuma Juf. Dribble pass and Umar Rasul. Alpha Omar Sow. Getting it down to Malang Jamba. Malang floats that ball around the area. It's a strong header, very close. Momodu Salifu Keita could not divert that. Kemo approaching half-time here, and we believe it's going to be 40 minutes of first and 40 minutes of second half, and we have already played 34 minutes in the second half, though unofficial, but still Fortune Football Academy down by 1-0, and probably if they want to have the chance of going back into the dressing room with a 1-1 scoreline, they have to get an equalizer against Misira United.
Yes, very well up. The most score before this final minutes here is done for the first half. Otherwise, they will be going to the halftime break, losing by a lone goal 2-0. That also depends if Misira is unable to add up their advantage here. But I mean, as you can see, the game has been an end-to-end affair since, especially in this especially in this few minutes of play here, and then both sides are pushing very hard. Misira is pushing to get themselves a double into this, while their opponents Fortune are pushing and trying to make it so that they secure a parity for themselves before the halftime whistle is gone. But it has been a great game, a great affair between the two sides, especially in the first half for Fortune and their opponents Misira United. But the we have seen both sides have been threatening very well, but the only side that have been able to, or that has managed to get themselves a goal here into this crucial encounter is the Misira United side. That is the home team, and then Fortune keeps on trying to making sure that they put themselves to a parity, but nothing has been possible for them so far in the first minutes that we have played here. But the game continues. So long the game continues to play, there is always an opportunity for any of the sides to be able to score, either get themselves a parity or adding up their advantage as the game continues here. So it is still 1-0 in favor of the Misira United side, and then Fortune continues to pressurize their opponents in trying to making sure that they get themselves a parity into this before the halftime whistle is gone. But it is still 1-0 in favor of the Misra United, and while Fortune keeps fighting. So let's see in the final 5 or 4 minutes here whether Fortune will be able to score a goal here to put the game to a leveler, or are we going to see Misra continue to defend very well against them and then protect their 1-0 lead towards the end of the first half.
Thank you very much, Kemukanyi. In case you just joining us, you are still reminded that we're still coming to you live from the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and it is currently Fortune 0, Misira United 1. Musa Bob, Musa Rasul, and still down injured, and Uriso. And the central referee has ordered for a play on, and Misira Musa Bob is down, and the medics will get to him for some assistance. The first half is getting older, as we have already played 37 minutes to the first period, and the score is currently in favor of Misira United. Busy technical area for Gaffers of Misira, and also Fortune Football Academy. Lamin Mane and Sambujang Juf on the technical area for Fortune. Serif Saho and Amadou Nyase are serving as gaffers to Misira United, and the medics are already on the pitch to give assistance to Musa Bob. Bob 19 is receiving attention from the team of medics of Fortune Football Academy, and the game is temporarily stopped, and we have already played 37 minutes or 38 minutes already, and we have under 2 minutes of normal time and what is expected to be added on by the match officials. Musa Bob is already back on his feet, but already off the field. Musa Bob is back on his feet and has already moved out of the field. Central referee Karamo Mane has already given the opportunity for Fortune Football Academy to launch. Wuri Sow to Momodu Salifu Keita. Momodu Salifu Keita to Njuma Juf. Is that going to be a foul? Alpha Omar Sow, strike comes in. And Alpha Omar getting that strike from distance but way off target. And any moment from now we might be saying the fourth assistant referee putting up the additional minutes. How many of the minutes is going to be added on? We just have to wait and confirm. And seemingly 2 minutes will be added on. Kemo, we have of course 2 minutes to be added on before the central referee will end the proceedings of the first half.
Yes, very well. 2 minutes for Fortune to get themselves a parity, and then 2 minutes for their opponent Misira to stay on to this particular lead here, and then go on to the halftime break for the halftime talks in order to come back stronger and better for the second half, and then eventually go home with the victory. Whether it has to come from Fortune or that of their opponents Misira still remains a question, because Fortune can also have a positive positive first half, halftime break talk, and then come into the second half and then turn the tie around, while their opponent as well can have a positive one in the dressing room, and then come into the second half and then try to improve what is not going well with them, and then try to keep the score as it is, or out of their advantage to actually go with the victory. 2 minutes to needful for them in the first half part.
2 minutes for Fortune Football Academy to get an equalizer, and 2 minutes for Misira to hold on. And of course, if they're able to do that, it's going to be advantage Misira, who are currently leading by a goal to nil. And Sehu Jeng getting the ball forward for Fortune. Njuma with a glancing header. Central referee not the least interested. Misira will use the opportunity to get the ball forward. Sehu Jeng already there in time to clear that ball to the part of Mamadou Salifou Keita. Mamadou Salifou Keita trying to maneuver. Mustafa to Basidi Kamara. Misira on the attack. Around the area is the time netminder Sehu Jeng. And Sehu Jeng getting the ball forward. Any moment from now, Karamu Mane, central referee, might end the proceedings here. He is constantly checking on his wrist. And that is the halftime whistle. Halftime whistle at the Box Mini Stadium. And it is halftime between Fortune Football Academy and Misira United. And Fortune down at halftime. Misira United 1, Fortune Football Academy nil is the current score at halftime from the Box Mini Stadium. And this is where we're going to, of course, have a hold on the live commentary. We'll be back for the continuation in the next 15. And of course, it has been Parlament Fatih, Kemo Kanye, Usman Kamara behind camera operations. Until then, do join us in the next 15 for the continuation. Welcome back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium for the continuation of the live commentary, and it is of course the second and final half between Fortune Football Academy and Dasilame United, and Malang Jambang going down, but the central referee this time not the least interested, and Fortune Football Academy still down by a goal to nil, and it is the very first moments of the crucial and lively game. It's lively and entertaining. Lively and entertaining from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And Fortune Football Academy, Adama S. Sonko just there in time to clear that ball. And Misira will have the opportunity. Misira currently having the advantage. Still in their opposition serve around the edge of the 18. Strike comes in, never trouble the custodian. Bully Dahaba with a strike, and Bully's delivery never trouble the custodian Sehu Jeng. And Sehu will pick the ball on the other end of the Box Bar Mini Stadium, hoping to get an equalizer before the end of this game, and possibly having the chance to push this game to post-match shootouts. Uriso to Adama Sonko. Babu Karba was replaced. Sehu Dahaba, who is currently serving a suspension around the center circle. Misira United is now the team captain. Tricky and Pacey getting the ball forward. Misira United, can they get the second goal? Crash on the crossbar. That was very close for Misira United to get the second. Unfortunately, the crossbar to the rescue came. Misira came very close. And this time, the crossbar to the rescue of Misira, and of course, the score still remains 1-0.
Very well. That was a great chance from Misira, because I mean they need to get the job done before the regulation time is ended, or towards the end of the regulation time. And then Fortune this time we are very much lucky not to concede the second goal here, which would have been very detrimental to their course of qualifying to the round of 16 of this year's knockout by the Brikama Sports Committee. So I mean they will continue to play as they would want the game rather to go their way, and then they will need to dictate the pace of the game if they want to actually get themselves a result that they were yearning for before coming into this particular contest. And then recently we have seen Misira, who are currently leading in the game, piling a lot of pressure on the Fortune side. We have seen an earlier on, I mean, creating a very good chance which crashed over the crossbar, and then recently we have seen another very good chance for them, but this time the defense line for Fortune were very much focused, and then it was cleared away for a corner to the Misira United side here. And then the game continues. One of the sides here must try to get the job done before the regular time ends, or at least trying to go home with the victory with this particular goal margin.
A corner for Misira, currently leading by a goal to nil. The ball eludes every other player. Misira picks possession. Babu Karba, Adama S. Sonko. That's a yellow card for Wuriso. Yellow card for Wuriso. And it's a set piece for Misira at a crucial position. Misira on the driving seat. 1-0 is the score. Modlamin Baji scored the only goal in this contest. Misira United, under the guidance of Sheriff Saho, Amadou Nyasi is his assistant. And the team will now rely on Sekou Mane to deliver this set piece. around the edge of the 18. Another fantastic effort. And Misira, not a decent one this time from the right back. Omar Dafe. And Dafe hoping to get a decent one, but unfortunately could not hit the target. Musa Bob picks possession for Fortune Football Academy. Malang Jambang. The flag of the assistant referee stayed down. Malang switches the play to Mamadou Salifou Keita. That's timely indeed. And Malang Jadama just there in time to get that ball out. Misira having all its players behind the ball in either trying to protect this 1-0 advantage if they can't get the second. Partly headed out. Team captain down for some defensive duties. Omar Jame is the team captain for Misira. Sehu Jeng in goal, team captain for Fortune. The score is currently in Misira's favor. Fortune down by a goal to nil. Fortune down and still down by a goal to nil at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, and of course lively and entertaining. What a showdown in the 3 p.m. showdown in the 3 p.m. game. And in the 5 p.m. game, senior players will take on Jida Kabilo. Babukar Ba has been asked by the 4th assistant referee Musa Esay to get the ball once again. Babukar Ba came into the starting 11 after the red card. Juma Juf hoping to get a decent one from distance. It's a set piece for Fortune Football Academy. Already out of this year's Brikama Nawettan after losing to Young Boy Stars 3-1. Juma Ju floats that around the area. Malang Jambang, decent time. Or easy time, net mind. And the custodian is Salim Dafe. Salim Dafe in goal for Misira. Omar Jame, team captain. Malang Jadama. Keba Conte, Bulli Diba. Lucas Mendy, Babukar Gassama. Sehu Mane. Omar Dafe, Usainu Sedi. And Modlamin Baji completing the 11 for the boys dressed in red shorts and white socks, whilst Fortune under the guidance of Lamin Mane. Sambujang Juve is his assistant. And Fortune started this game with Sehu Jeng as usual in goal. Adama S. Sonko Wurisow, Musa Bob, Basidi Kamara, Mustafa Sede, Alpha Omar Sow, Babukar Ba started this game for the very first time for Fortune Football Academy in the Brikama Nawettan after the red card to Sehu Dahaba in their last game against Young Boy Stars. Babukar Ba currently playing on the right side of the defense for Fortune. Njuma Juf injected in the starting 11, replacing Seni Drame. Malang Jambang and Mamadou Salifou Keita completing the 11 for Fortune Football Academy. Njuma Juf, great control and turn. Getting it down to Basidi Kamara. Not a decent one from Basidi. Is that a foul? Yes, Mustafa Sedi. The central referee has already ordered for a play on. Team captain Omar Jame. Misira wouldn't be in any hurry as the score is currently in their favor. Misira United 1, Fortune Football Academy 0. Juma Juf having his way out, getting it forward to Mamadou Salifou Keita. Mamadou Salifou Keita down to Malang Jambang. Fortune Football Academy switches the play on the far side, trying to connect the run of Alpha Omar Sow. But unfortunately, Alpha failed to connect to that and floats that ball around the area. Glancing header and goal kick are signaled by the assistant referee. Lively and entertaining. Fortune Football Academy continue to search for an equalizer, but still down by a goal to nil. Conceded in the first half. Just 17 minutes into the first period. Fortune Football Academy conceded, courtesy of Modlamin Baji of Misira United. Mamadou Salif Keita down. Babukar Ba with the ball. And will hand the ball to Njuma Juf. Njuma Juf. Njuma with a low drive now. It's a long one. Adama S. Sonko to say who Jeng the custodian. Uriso having the defensive partnership of Adama S. Sonko. Basidi Kamara. Is that a slap on the face? Central referee not the least interested. I say yellow card already. We just have to wait and see. I think he's the player currently down. Probably he might be booked for time wasting. Anyway, we just have to wait and confirm. And confirm that. Is it going to be the same player? That's already a yellow card. And central referee Karamo Mane has touched out a yellow to Misira United. And Misira still leading by a goal to nil against Fortune Football Academy. Karamo Mane, central referee, will now hand the ball to Misira United. The player is already out of the field. And Lucas Mendy is the player. That seems to be a protest from the technicians of Misira United. Misira United are currently on the driving seat, and already the team is enjoying the moment. Fortune continue to search, but still not yet rewarded Kemo. And I think Misira might use the opportunity to frustrate Fortune Football Academy, who needs to score to possibly push this game to post-match shootouts.
Yes, very well, Pa. I mean, the only thing that can satisfy Fortune here is or get them any meaningful result in this particular game is to at least score a goal here and then continue to deny Misira United from adding up the advantage into this particular game. While Misira, they can stay onto this particular, they can manage to stay onto this particular lead and then still make their way to the round of 16 of this year's Brikama Sports Committee's knockout stage. So, but I mean, the game you can see has now increased in tempo, and then both sides are pushing very hard in trying to making sure that they get themselves a parity or at least add up their advantage for Fortune and Misira respectively in this particular game. So, but I mean, the game is very much alive for either of the sides here. Fortune, who are losing by a lone goal to nil, can come from behind or restore parity for themselves and then push the game to the post-match shootout for them to decide from that particular end. While their opponents, Misira United, can stay onto this particular lead and then still move their way to the round of 16 if the round of 16 if they are able to maintain the score line as it is currently. But the job is very difficult for either of the side, especially for Fortune, who must score at least a goal into this, and then in as much as they would want to score at least a goal into this, they must as well try to contain this particular Misira United side to avoid to prevent them from scoring any further goal into this particular contest. But Fortune have a Fortune have a more difficult job to do in this half, in this second half here, because for them not only that they will need to defend, but they must score. While Misira can only defend and then still move their way to the final 16 of this Brikama Sports Committee's knockout stage. But I mean, as you can see, it has turned to be an end-to-end affair between these two sides, for in Misira United and Fortune Football Academy, and then they continue to push very hard. You can see Misira are not relenting. They know that very well. If you want to defend against the team, you must also try to, I mean, attack that particular team, so that their focus of attacking on you will be will be minimal. When you sit behind and then try to wait for them, that creates a lot of problems for you, for your defense line, and then this is what they are trying to avoid, I believe, the Misira United, and this is why they are not relenting at back, and then instead they are pushing on Fortune and then trying to making sure that they add up their advantage into this, while their opponent's Fortune knows very well at least a goal can give them something into this particular game, and then if they are able to restore parity into this, they can push the game to the post-match shootout and then try their luck from that particular end. But we have seen in the first half, in the first half it has been a very difficult affair between the two. Both were pushing very hard, but it was that of the Misira United who eventually capitalized on the chance that they have created through their lone striker, who is commonly called a spin, who puts his side to the lead, and then from there we have also seen Fortune trying to making sure that they come from behind and then do the needful. But the entire first half, we have seen both defensive setups, starting with the Misira United side, who were leading by a lone goal to nil, were very much organized in trying to making sure that they prevent Fortune from creating that goal scoring opportunities against them, and then Fortune as well, since they have conceded the first goal, that is the only goal into this game in the 17th minute. They kept moving very ambitiously in trying to making sure that they prevented their opponent from adding any further goal into the game. The goal that they have conceded here was an error. Was an error from their defender, that is the Adama Sonko, who tries to break the ball, but I mean the ball eludes him, and then he places the ball to the star striker for that of the Misira United side, who powered the ball into the bottom left corner rather of the pitch of the post, and then giving his side the lead into the game. That is the only goal that is currently standing out here, and it is currently separating the two sides. And as the game continues, we have just seen the Misira United captain, who has announced his injury already, and then he's been escorted outside to making sure that he's okay to continue the play, and then the center referee has given that opportunity to him, and then we have seen the game now continued here. Fortune trying to push, but while Misira tries to fight very well. Though I mean the game in the entire first half, we have seen or witnessed a very limited goal scoring opportunities from both ends, and then but one of the chances that was created by the Misira end, that stems from the mistake that was done by the Fortune defense line, and then Misira capitalized on that occasion, and then put themselves ahead into the game, while their opponent Fortune continues to work from their slumber, and then trying to make sure that they get themselves what they wanted here. That was a brilliant shot from their youngster Juma Juf, but the ball flies over the crossbar, and then we have seen Misira United now making a substitution into this particular game. Their captain had made way rather for the number 11, who has just been substituted here, and then Fortune will also be introducing one of their reliable defenders into this particular game. Perhaps they needed his service behind or in the at the defense line for them to do away with these threats that their opponent Misira are currently piling on them. And then the game continues between the two. Misira heads, and then they will now continue here. The striker puts the ball down, and then the play continues here. Misira will continue to attack, while Fortune are currently defending against them, in so that they would not be able to add up their advantage into this particular contest. That was a brilliant header from Adama F. Sonko that would have been another goal for the Misira United striker, who tries to go on a volley, but before the ball reaches him, the Fortune defender Adama S. Sonko headed the ball away for a throw-in to be benefited by his side. Substitution here for the Fortune side. There, number 21 makes way. 21 has been introduced to replace the number 20 for them, and then Juma has now been pushed forward. Perhaps will be playing as the lone striker in the area, and then while Mustafa and others will be fighting in the hearts of their midfields. Entirely what we have seen in the first half is perhaps the replica of what we are seeing in the first half. Both teams can play from behind and then try to transition from the defense line through the midfield, but the final third is always the problem for either of the sides to deal with properly, and then utilize those chances into goals. We have seen both Fortune creating playing some very beautiful football, especially in the first half, having so many touches and then trying to move forward to penalize their opponents from as they made those mistakes, but the final touches or the final passes to the forwarders is always the challenge for them. Recently, we have also seen similar challenge that Misira is also enduring. When they move forward and then transition through the midfield, then the link-up play between the midfielders and their forward players becomes an issue for them to actually finish that beautiful play. Already now into the 28th minute, into the second half, it is still 1-0 lead in favor of the home side, Misira United, while the traveling Farado Bay side, Fortune Football Academy, continues to fight and then trying to get themselves to a parity into this particular game. Still 1-0. Fortune now advancing forward. Throwing to the defender, and then who plays the ball back again. Sonko towards the midfield, and then now Mustafa is on the ball, tries to turn, but he was dispossessed in the end. And then Misira now clears their line through their captain, and then the goal scorer is in an offside position, but that was a beautiful play inside the area to their captain Misira, but the Fortune players in the end played beautifully and then intercepted that. Shehu Jeng sends a long ball inside the area, chested down by Messi, and then Juma Juf, a beautiful link of play now towards the left hand side of the field. Cross comes in, but the goalkeeper had a hand to it, and then Fortune Misira rather clears their line, and then Fortune continues to fight. Adama Sonko is the player who has been moved to be playing inside, to be playing the midfield role for his side, as one of the defenders who was now been introduced. They are now playing the back three, flat three for the Fortune side. They are doing this because sometimes you need to risk. If you know that you only need a goal here, you don't need to defend very well. The only way rather to defend very well against an opponent is to at least try to attack them all out. And then Fortune are now, this is what they are now trying to do. Corner, they won in the far end to one of their reliable forward players. Another substitution here to be made by Fortune. That was a brilliant shot, and then but the palm goalkeeper for the Misira United side palms that ball away. As substitutions to be made, Fortune will introduce another fresh leg into this. 30 minutes on the clock, 10 minutes before any of the sides here will be able to do the needful for themselves. 10 minutes for Fortune to score at least a goal into this, and then 10 minutes for their opponent Misira to actually maintain the score line and then celebrate their qualification into the round of 16. Number 17 for the Fortune side makes substituted rather the number 25 has been introduced in his place. Straight into the hands of Shehu Jang, who also sends a long ball inside the area, but Misira now to the new entrance for the Fortune side, who tries to dribble past his marker, sends the ball inside the area, cleared away by the Misira United defense line, and then Misira continues to fight. Another new entrance for them, tries to connect the goal scorer spin, who went one-on-one with the goalkeeper, hits the side netting And then Fortune survives again. On this occasion, they are attacking all out Fortune and trying to pull a leveler here, but we have also seen that they are focused on that. This time was a weaker one, and then Misira United in the end push on them very well and trying to make it so that they penetrate or penalize them, because for them they believe that all of their players are inside the area for the Misira United, and then they went on a counter attack in football there, but Fortune survived there. That was a very good chance for the Misira United side, but Fortune, thanks to the goalkeeper, a highly experienced one, and also a very reliable goalkeeper for them, Sehu Jeng rather, who comes off his line on time and then try to give that difficult moment to the goal scorer for the Misira United side, Spain, so that he is not comfortable on the ball, and then the ball was finally squandered. Still remains 1-0 in favor of Misira, and the netminder would not be in a haste to play that ball. Sends along one inside the area, but Fortune Sonko now to Alpha Omar, who plays the ball to the new entrant in the far end. Tries to dribble past his marker and then connects Juma. Juma is now on the ball inside the area for takes a very good shot, but it was blocked by the Misira defender, and then Mustafa Sedi is now in the area. Mustafa tries to connect his player, but Misira again clears their line path.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. And of course, into the closing stages of this crucial and lively game from the Boxbar Mini Stadium between Misira and Fortune Football Academy, and Kijera strikes. Not a decent one, and Malang Jambang picks possession around the edge of the 18, trying to maneuver his way. Jambang scored the only goal in Fortune Football Academy's 3-1 victory, or defeat rather, to Young Boy Stars. Misira having all its players behind the ball. Misira United will chase now, what is so decently caught out by the central defender. Basidi Kamara to Malang Jambang, who will try to use his space against his marker. Jambang dribble past one, still looking for more. Adama S. Sonko. Another strong header. Fortune trying to get an equalizer. Njuma Juve getting it down. Adama S. Sonko around the edge of the 18. Misira to the team captain. It's an opportunity, spreading it wide around the edge of the 18, and the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up. Njuma Juve. Njuma to Basidi Kamara. Adama S. Sonko floats that ball on the far side to Modlamin Toure, who just came on as a substitute. Modlamin Toure around the 8, trying to have his way out, trying to use his pace to Musa Bob, who floats that ball around the area, and this time easy time into the gloves of the netminder. And Malang Jambang with the torch. And Malang Jambang could not convert that. And Fortune Football Academy still down by a goal to nil against Misira United at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. It's still Misira United 1, Fortune Football Academy nil. And Misira having a player down, and he's going to be stretched off. The player is going to be stretched off. 13 on his back for Misira. Usman Sedi is the player, and he is currently on the stretcher. And currently on the stretcher and being stretched off by the medics, and time definitely who needs to score, or else they will solely be out of the competition in both the league and the knockout. Is an offside. Adama Esonko getting it down to Alpha Omar. Back to Alpha Omar. Alpha trying to have his way out. Mustafa Sedi. Sedi down to Alpha Omar. Around the edge of the 18, strike comes in. Double substitution. Double substitution for Misira United. We have already played 38 minutes and under 2 minutes of normal time, and what is expected to be added on. Fortune Football Academy needs to get an equalizer in 2 minutes plus additional minutes. It's a strong header. Adama Esonko getting it down around the center circle to Wuriso, his defensive partner. Fortune Football Academy. Any moment from now is going to be additional time. Additional time any moment. Fortune Football Academy down. Modlamin Baji scored the only goal, and his goal is the current difference. And is that going to be the second? And another opportunity for Misira. Easy time, custodian Sehu Jeng, who is desperately in need of an equalizer. Malang Chambang, not a decent control. Misira will use the opportunity to wind down the clock. Adama Sonko to Basidi Kamara. Basidi squares that ball on the far side for Fortune Football Academy. 4 minutes to be added on. 4 minutes for Fortune to get an equalizer. 4 minutes for Misira to hold on to this 1-0 advantage. Kemo, of course, 4 minutes added on. Fortune needs to score in 4 minutes, or else they will surely case by to the knockout competition, just like they did in the league.
Yes, very well. 4 minutes for them to confirm their survival in both knockout for the BSC Summer Nawettan, because this is the only hope for them now. Fortune both sides, I will say, but Misira are currently on the verge of, qualifying into the round of 16. But in the final 3 minutes here, anything can happen. Fortune can come from behind and then put themselves to a parity, while their opponents as well can still maintain this particular scoreline and then made their way to the round of 16. But a more difficult job in hands of Fortune for them, because they must score, while their opponents can maintain the score line and then still get themselves a qualification spot in the round of 16. In the round of 16 of the knockout. But let's see what happens here. Whether Misira can maintain their composure throughout this final 3 minutes here to deny Fortune from scoring, or are we going to see Fortune coming from behind to restore parity in the final 3 minutes of play?
In the final 3 minutes of the added time, Fortune down by a goal to nil. Modlamin Toure And Fortune against Misira United. Juma Juf. Juma trying to go solo. Juma Juf around the edge of the 18. Floats that finally is a corner. There is a player currently down injured, and down injured for Misira United. Can Fortune get the leveler in the closing stages of this crucial and lively game? Misira will have the opportunity to introduce another leg, another fresh leg. Is either to get an equalizer and see who Jeng. The custodian has also joined the party around the area, strongly headed out. Basidi Kamara. Sehu Jeng is now serving as the forward. Sehu Jeng serving as the forward, and Misira picks possession. And Misira will use the opportunity. An opportunity for Fortune Football Academy, getting it down to Mustafa Saidi, who tries to reconnect his. Another substitution. Another substitution for Misira United. Misira United. Fortune Football Academy on the verge of crashing out. Knockout after going down by 2-0 against Misira. Mustafa. Is that going to be the final action? Anyway, we just have to wait and see. Fortune Football Academy on the verge of crashing out of the knockout. This is Kijera. Ibrahim Kijera. Mustafa Saidi. Another wasted opportunity. Time running out. And running out for Fortune Football Academy. Will they be able to save themselves? They need to score, or else Salum, the goalkeeper, long one around the center. Basidi Kamara, not a decent header. And that's the final action. And it's full time at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Full time between Fortune Football Academy and Misira United. And Fortune Football Academy out of the knockout. And earlier on, out of the league. And this is where we're going to wrap it up. It has been Parlament Fati at the commentary cabin. Kemo Kanye, and behind camera operation is Osman Kamara. Until then, bye-bye from the theater till we come your way again.